Yo, what is up guys, it's Danny. So I got the idea to do this video last night. I still get a lot of people asking me, or I see people trick shotting and they don't actually know how to do it properly. So I got the idea last night to make a video on how to actually trick shot properly, because I know a lot of people still can't do it, and there's a lot of people that still want to learn how to trick shot. And I do feel like I know some tips that will somewhat help you guys become a better trick shotter. I know this is 2017 and Black Ops 2 is kind of outdated, but it goes the same with any Call of Duty really, just basic tips on how to get your trick shotting better. So I'm thinking about uploading a new one of these every week with different tips on how to trick shot and different combinations you guys can do, and just how to add more complexity to your trick shots. Like I say, there's still a lot of people that play Black Ops 2 and there's still a lot of people that can't trick shot on Black Ops 2. But hopefully this guys will help you on any Call of Duty. Could be the new ones, Modern Warfare Remastered, Modern Warfare 2, any Call of Duty. So I'm just going to start by saying, trick shotting all depends on how you hold the controller. There's two different ways. This is how I'm going to start. I'm going to start right from the basic. There's two certain ways to hold your controller. Whether you guys know this or not, there's stretch and there's claw. I'm actually going to leave two YouTube videos in the description of this video on how to hold the controller both ways. It doesn't really matter how you hold the controller, it's all based on personal preference, whether you find it more comfortable playing claw or stretch. And I feel like some people may be unable to play claw. Claw's an awkward kind of style where you'll just position your hand in like a strange kind of position so you can reach all the other buttons, whereas stretch is more of a position where you'll take your left thumb off the thumbstick and you'll put it onto the right thumbstick so your hand's stretched across the whole controller. Now I can't trick shot playing stretch at all, but I know a lot of people that can. It doesn't really matter which you play. If you want to go for more complex trick shots, I advise learning claw, but I've still seen some insane shots with people playing stretch, so then again it doesn't really matter. But this is the first step you guys should take to becoming a trick shotter. Learn how you hold the controller. Just go on a private match on bots and practice holding the controller and just figure out which way is the best for you guys. It all depends. Like personally, I said I play claw, you might play stretch, it doesn't matter at all. Just find out which way you hold the controller. I'm also going to put a link in the description on how to get the bots to stand there like this. It's a very easy thing to do, a lot of people can probably already do it, but for those who can't, I'll put that in the description as well. But next, I'm just going to say, personally, I'd only go for shots that you're capable of. Don't go for like really complex shots if you're not going to hit them. You're not going to get in any big teams going for shots when you don't hit any. This is how I started, this is probably how everyone started, just doing basic trick shots and then week by week or day by day add more complexity onto it until you're comfortable. I mean, one clean shot like this is probably better than doing a really complex shot and like you're not even looking at your target at the end. Obviously the result of trick shotting, you want to get a kill, so there's no point doing all this if you're not going to like even land facing your target. Right, next I'm going to say about your timing. You don't want to be going for like 1080s like this and not be facing the right way. I've watched a few trick shot tutorials before, and in all of them they've stated how you should go like that and just learn your spins, learn how to 360 like that, but I really don't think that helps at all. I mean, I guess a 720 is only double that, but I never started by practicing that movement. I just jumped straight into doing 720s. Now I think this one tip will help you guys a lot. Rather than just spinning a clean 720 like that, I highly suggest you guys do a small pause in the air. Not like this, not a really big pause. I still hit, but not a big pause like that. A little pause like this. You'll see a lot of people doing that in the trick shots, and that's not just because they don't know what they're doing, it's because they're timing the spins. If you pause at 360 and do another 360 like that, you'll know exactly where you are in the air and you'll know how much spin you've got left. I do this a lot in my trick shots, so if I want to go for a shot like a backdrop from here, I'd stop at 360 and then spin the rest. Like I say, it's purely so you don't get lost in your spin and you're not ending up facing the total wrong way like that. Now I see this all the time and this is the biggest mistake, and the reason for this is because you're not holding the controller right. So if you're playing claw and you're doing this in your trick shot, you're doing it wrong. You should try playing stretch or practice holding the controller a bit better. If you're having to stop whenever you click the buttons, like when you want to do an Instaswap or a shot charge cancel and you're having to pause in the air like this, you're not doing it right at all. You should be able to do a shot charge cancel or an Instaswap like this without stopping in the air. Your fingers should be able to reach it without stopping. If not, I advise you go and check the video on how to hold the controllers. There are two different ways in the description, but like I say, you should be able to spin and not stop. So I'm going to be totally honest with you. The first trick shot I ever learned was a basic shot charge cancel. I didn't add any NSL or any complexity like that in my trick shot. I didn't do anything like that. I just jumped, shot charge cancelled and shot. That's all I did for my first trick shot. That's probably all I did for the few weaker trick shotting. But like I say, one clean shot like that is better than a lot of complexity and you just can't hit a shot. So honestly guys, I would just drill doing a basic shot like that and until you're comfortable, and then you can add more complexity with it. So literally all I'm doing there is I'm jumping, I'm clicking LBY to do a shot charge cancel like that, and then I'm shooting and reloading just like that. That is all I'm doing. Now once I've learned the shot charge cancel, which is just the LBY like that, I started to learn the Instaswap. And what this is, you can basically switch your weapon with a shot charge cancel. So all you do, before you click the LBY, you click Y. So it'll be Y, LBY, just like that. And as you notice, it switches weapons and does a shot charge cancel. Now if it does this, what I'm doing sometimes like that, you're just misclicking the buttons, don't worry about it. Just make sure you click YLBY and it'll swap weapons just like that. So I believe this should be the second shot you should learn, the Instaswap. Instaswaps are used in every trick shot, no matter how complex they are. People Instaswap all the time. So what you do now, you jump, you'd YLBY and you'd shoot, just to switch weapons like that. I'd practice that for a couple of days and just get that movement down with your hand. So now what I'd do, I'd just practice this for a few days, get that movement down, the YLBY. Once you've got it down, you'll never forget it, your hands will know what they're doing. But honestly guys, just practice YLBY for a few days, get your Instaswaps down. So those two trick shots are the most basic but common trick shots. You need them in everything, no matter how complex. You still use Instaswaps and shot charge cancels. So hopefully now you know how to do it. You practice it and get that movement down, the shot charge cancels and the Instaswaps. You get that down and you learn that. And then to make your trick shots look even smoother rather than just doing that, you can add an NSL. And now what an NSL is, it's just a spin before you jump off the ledge. So you're spinning on the spot before you jump. It makes every trick shot look clean. So I've seen a lot of people do a lot of NSL and it doesn't look too good. Like they'll be doing this and doing so much things before they actually jump off the ledge. And I think that's too much. To make a nice clean trick shot, just an NSL like that, just a 360 reverse spin, looks perfectly fine to me. I also see a lot of people in, like, when they've hit a trick shot in a game, they'll NSL that way and then they'll jump the same way, and it don't look good at all, I don't think, personally. Like, they'll do a shot like this, they'll spin, and they've just spun like the same way each time. But for me, to make a clean trick shot, you'd spin clockwise and then you'd spin anti-clockwise, something like that. And then obviously when you get better at trick shotting, you add more complexity into it, it'll look so sweet. Now there's so many different ways of switching weapons, not just Insta-swapping like that. There's knack swaps where you'd shoot and you'd slide your finger down Y and X like this, and that switches weapons really fast, just like Insta-swapping. So that basically just looks like this. So if you guys want to see things like that, that's another basic way of swapping weapons. I can make a tutorial on that. I've got so many ideas of tutorials I can make on this topic of how to trick shot. There's also select fires, which you'd click the select fire on your D-pad and then triple tap Y, and that you get that kind of animation. Like that. That's another good way to switch weapons. I'd say that's a little bit more advanced, but then again I could make a trick shot tutorial on that. So I'll do a quick example now of a shot with select fire. Just like that. But like I say, once you practice the basics and you practice a basic NSL like that, you can go into all different things like double semtex cancelling in your NSL and all complex shit. But all I'm doing there for my NSL is I'm knifing, I'm doing the shot charge cancel again, so knife, LBY. So for me, I play in tactical, that's B, LBY, while spinning clockwise. And then I'm jumping off, I'm shooting my gun, and I'm doing an Instaswap. And another way of making your trick shots look a hell of a lot smoother, in my opinion anyway, is double tapping Y at the end of your trick shots or something like this. It just makes your trick shots look smoother. And I highly advise you guys learn to get the reload in at the end, because if you hit a trick shot and you just don't get the reload, for example, and it looks like that, it doesn't look as clean. That was a big problem of mine when I first started trick shotting. I couldn't get the reloads, and that was because I couldn't hold the controller correctly. But all you want to do to get the reloads is when you shoot your DSR at the end of the trick shot, you want to hold your controller, like I say, in the correct position and click Y. Oh, for fuck's sake. But all you want to do to get the reload in your trick shots is when you shoot your DSR at the end of the trick shot, if you're holding the controller correctly, you should be able to click X at the same time as you click the trigger. So it'll look something like this. just like that. But like I say guys, once you've got the basics down, you can move on to doing trick shots like this. Just more advanced shots in general. So just a little sum up of what we've learnt today. A basic shot charge cancel, LBY. So you could do a trick shot like that. An insta swap, YLBY, to do a shot charge cancel and switch weapons at the same time. So that would look something like this. And then of course an NSL, which makes any basic trick shot look more advanced. So what I'm going to do now guys, I'm going to hit a few trick shots on various like spots of the map. So maybe the ramp, the middle thing there, the suicide spot. With the trick shots we've learnt today in them. So like insta swapping and shot charge cancelling. And then I'll hit a few complex ones like suicides. But if you have enjoyed this video, I'm down to make a trick shot tutorial every single week with different things, more complexity and just stuff like that. But if you guys are down to see more complexity on these trick shot videos, please leave a like, and I'll make one of these say every Friday or every Saturday or whatever's best for you guys. I hope this tutorial has helped you all in some way or another. Have a good day guys, peace.
Transitioning. Transition.